Hello, it's me again, and this is part 2. So just to remind you, if you haven't watched part 1, go watch it. But if you have watched it, we have just left Port Stewart and Port Rush, where we've headed into the Republic of Ireland to go and stay for a couple of nights with Kirsten's parents, wee Libs and Johnny. Kirsten's parents were very lovely and they let us stay at their caravan with them for one of the nights that we were in Ireland.
Tennis courts.
So we took an absolutely beautiful drive from the north of Ireland to the Republic of Ireland to Donegal, where the caravan was. The scenery was honestly just absolutely mind-blowing. It was such a lovely drive.
So Dad made us a barbecue and we had plenty of drinks. Jim made excellent cocktails and we sang lots of tunes and played guitar and had the best crack.
So the next day, being on holiday, would have appreciated a bit of a lie-in, but that wasn't going to happen. That wasn't going to happen at all. And of course, I was awake. I couldn't think of anything worse, really, than getting into the sea.
So this is something that wee Libs and our friend does every morning. So we thought, do you know what, when in Ireland, let's get stuck in. And we'd already done the coast steering before as well, so we'd had some experience and exposure to the sea. Apart from this was the first time we were going in without a wetsuit. It was fucking freezing. It was so cold, but it was the most refreshing thing. It really, really woke us up.
And we stayed in for a good, at least half an hour, I would say. And it was really, really great. It was just the sea washing over us
and it was great. It was just the perfect little bit of sea that I've ever swum in. Ironically, Jim was the one complaining, which was quite funny.
After we thawed off and dried off from our swim, we all went for a walk. So it was me, Jim, Bedford, Kirsten, wee Libs and their dog Poppy. It was very long, but it was a really gorgeous day. We saw the most incredible views.
Which I was kind of excited to show off because it's one of my favourite walks. I love that walk.
Found out that no one really had a postcode and that everyone just knew everyone and the postman had to know everyone to get anything delivered anywhere, which was mind-blowing, but if it works, it works.
And then we ended up where you should end up after every long walk, in a pub. That evening we ended up camping, so we found a nice campsite really close to where the caravan was, and also very, very close to the beach. So we set ourselves up there for the night.
And then we headed down to the beach, got the guitar, got the ukulele, and we were pleasantly surprised by seals popping their heads up from the sea, and we could see their heads bopping up and down.
And then we met a couple of Italian guys who were travelling and they joined up with us and they were cooking their slabs of courgette on the bonfire.
And we just sang until we couldn't sing anymore.
The next day, woke up in a bit of a rush. We had an appointment in Derry for all of us to get tattoos. So we had to very, very quickly pack up, say goodbye to Johnny and wee Libs and rush off to Derry to get them.
I was expecting someone in a back alley who we were going to just hand some money to, and he was going to just take a gun to us. But no, it ended up being a very charming, cute young man who was very passionate about his work, and he got us all done.
It was excruciatingly painful for me. I didn't realise it was going to be that big, and I don't really know what to do about it now because it's there forever. But I really like it though. It's growing on me. It's just really big.
Jim decided to go with the same tattoo as mine. Identical. I don't know how I feel about that still, but things happen.
And while I was getting mine done, because it took so long, Jim decided to go on a walk and tour the walls of Derry, which I thought was brilliant. So we learned a wee bit about the culture, a wee bit about Derry, some facts, and then everybody got their tattoos done and we went back down the road to my house to chill for a little bit, have a nap and get ready for the LOGUES.
LOGUES are an incredible Irish band. You have to check them out. They were absolutely brilliant. They're Kirsten's friends, and she kind of mentioned a little bit about them whilst we were spending the week with her in Ireland. So we already knew it was going to be a good night, but it ended up just being incredible. They were so cool to see live. They had some really cool music. And we met some of Kirsten's friends as well, who were all very lovely, very welcoming. And we got a shout out from the band. So yeah, it was a very cool night.
We would like you to all give a very big Castle Derg welcome to our friends over from England. Carla, Bedford and Jim. And Kirsten there, of course, we can't forget Kirsten, the local gal. This is a song we haven't done in a long time, so forgive any fuck-ups, but this is for Jim. Happy birthday, bro!
The music was just totally upbeat, and we went nuts. I wish things would have ended a little bit better for me, but, you know, we're all fine at the end of it. But it was a really great night.
So on our last day, we had booked a little boat cruise around the Fermanagh Lakes in Castle Archdale. And basically it's just this tiny little boat, and you get to drive it yourself around the lakes, which are absolutely beautiful.
Jim barely clung on though. He was very hungover, so he had to sort of lay down for a big part of it. And yeah, it was really fun. We got to like get off on some of the different islands that are on the lake and check it out, and just generally like driving around. It was such a really nice way to spend our last main day in Ireland. After we did the boat trip, we went to Ballyshannon. Jim really wanted to go and see the Rory Gallagher statue, and we weren't too far away, so Kirsten drove us there. And me and Bedford got ourselves some very snazzy jumpers. I'll demonstrate. It was our last evening after that in Ireland, so we decided to just have a nice relaxing evening, spend some time together, just chill out, and yeah, sort of packed and prepared ourselves to say goodbye and to leave very sadly.
So we were dropped off to our ferry terminal by Kirsten. We said our sad goodbyes. Oh, we're here, I'm Bob. And to our delight, we had a cabin to sleep on, and man did I sleep on it. So that's it. Had a really lovely sleep in a really lovely cabin on the way back to Bedford.
We had, honestly, probably like one of the best weeks. All of us met whilst we were travelling, and it was really nice to actually like meet up again. Not as hot as when we last saw each other in Thailand, but the trip was just incredible. I laughed so much. We had such a good time. We have our tattoos to remember the trip by. And yeah, it was just the best week. And Ireland is fucking amazing. Up the Derg! I'm off because this fat cat needs feeding. Bye! Mwah. Look how unhappy he is.
I'm bored!
A triangle is the saddest formation.
A C is good for my dandruff.
Look, just sit down. Why are you always okay apart from this one time that we want you on camera?
Kirsten on the way there in the car was questionable. Actually, maybe we shouldn't say that. What to do?
Come on, Gemma!
You can do it, love.
Goodbye.
Say bye-bye. Goodbye, everybody.